This video is brought to you by Kiwibet Uganda. Kiwibet is a new betting and gaming platform in Uganda. It allows you to place bets on all your favorite games, football, tennis, basketball, and most importantly, the Premier League. If you have not yet registered with Kiwibet Uganda as their official ambassador, I'm telling you, this is the time to do so. So why register with Kiwibet Uganda? Kiwibet is giving you free money to start betting on their platform. So how does this work? Register with Kiwibet now. After registering, Kiwibet Uganda gives you free 1,000 points to bet with and win real money. And that's not all. You also get 10 free spins or flights with Aviator Crush, which is another chance for you to make more money without even making a single deposit. To use your free points after signing up, simply place a bet on at least 3 games with an odd of 1.5 and above. Then place your bet. Instead of using the money option, select the Kiwi Points option. And just like that, you have your free bet activated. To activate your first 10 free flights in Aviator, do the same thing. Once you open the Aviator game, start flying and automatically your first 10 free speeds will be activated. To get more information on your registration bonuses, simply click bonuses and then head over to the bonuses section where you can read more about your registration bonuses. Remember, with Kiwibet, you don't just bet on football games only. You can play slot games, you can play crush games, you can also play virtual games as well. We have a brand new crush game by Kiwibet Uganda called Kiwi Crush. And I tell you, when something is new, it is giving. Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. It is rush hour at the Arsenal transfer center as we try to sign a forward and 2 goalkeepers before the window closes. We are looking to bring in a third choice goalkeeper. We are looking to bring in a second choice goalkeeper if Ramsdale leaves, and also Arsenal want to bring in 1 forward. Darwin Nunez and also Ivan Toney are the 2 players we are looking at right at the moment. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. We are getting closer to the end of the window, and I want your thoughts there, guys, on Darwin Nunez. Yes, he has had a flop season at Liverpool, 1 or 2, but then you've got to remember that he had a very good season at Benfica. So we know the player that he can be, but we also know the player that he has been in the Premier League. Should we take another risk just like we did with Kai Havertz on Darwin Nunez? Can he come good? There's a very big question there. We know that Mikel Arteta likes Premier League proven players, and we also know that Darwin Nunez gets himself into good scoring positions. The problem is converting, and again at Arsenal, we're going to talk about it. Are we looking for a guy that brings energy on the front line? Are we looking for a striker that actually creates chaos, or are we looking for a clinical finisher? We'll talk about that. And obviously Ramsdale is wanted by Southampton. Southampton have approached Arsenal and they're saying, guys, if you're willing to sell, we are going to be willing to buy Aaron Ramsdale. So let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Let's start off with that forward rush. It's crazy how in the last 72 hours we've been linked with Raheem Sterling, Ivan Toney, Darwin Nunez obviously is the latest one, and a couple of other names, and it looks like Arsenal are really serious. We are going to end up with a forward. Now obviously I've already said, you don't do deals that are serious at the end of the window. You're always going to have that possibility of what if it doesn't happen. Today is Wednesday and we don't even have negotiations starting for a particular player we want. We want Coman, but again, there are no conversations there. There are no negotiations there. With Bayern Munich, we want Darwin Nunez, but we have not approached Liverpool as yet. As we speak, there is no bid on the table. We do not have personal terms agreed with Ivan Toney, and we don't have a fee agreed for Ivan Toney as well. So again, despite the fact that we are serious on getting in a forward, we are still very far away from the reality of this player is going to be an Arsenal player, come the end of this summer. But let's start off with Darwin Nunez, right? Let's start off with Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez, last night, came up as one of the leading names on Arsenal's transfer shortlist. Now, what we have seen this season is that Ancelotti has preferred to use Salah, Jota, and Diaz. I think if you're in your right mind and you are a Liverpool manager, this would be your pecking order. Salah up there, Jota, of course, with him. Then you have Diaz, and then Cody Gakpo. I think Darwin Nunez is really below, in pecking order, is below the food chain, and that's not because it's not a good player. I just think that he's found life very difficult in the Premier League. That's number one. But also, I just feel like he's not really got that kind of coaching that he needs as a player. I mean, where are the striker coaches at Liverpool? Why is this guy getting chances of 2.5 xg, 1.5 xg, and is converting none of them? It means he's getting himself in good positions. He's always on side. He's getting good chances. The problem is not anticipation of chances and space. The problem is finishing, how to be clinical. So Arsenal want Darwin Nunez, and Darwin Nunez will tick two boxes if we signed him. One, he is a winger who can play as a striker, and then he's a striker who can play as a winger as well. I think what makes him a winger is the lightning speed that he has. He's a very, very quick player. And what makes him a striker is he's got those striker attributes. Like I said, he gets himself into very good goal scoring positions, positions that Kai Havertz can't, positions that Edin Ketia can't, positions that Gabriel Jesus can't. Actually, I'm going to say this, right? It's going to sound a little bit weird, isn't it? I think Darwin Nunez would start for Arsenal over all the strikers we have had in the past 2 years. I mean, that has been Florian Balogun, Gabriel Jesus, Edin Ketia, and now Kai Havertz. I think Darwin Nunez starts over all these guys. I mean, Kai Havertz had a good season last season when he scored 13. I think Darwin Nunez can score 13 in the in an Arsenal shirt, and even more. I don't think Gabriel Jesus has got better striker instincts than Darwin Nunez. I don't think Edin Ketia has got better striker instincts than Darwin Nunez. Now, my problem with Darwin Nunez is that we are not looking for your profile, son. We are not looking for what you bring to the table. We are looking for the opposite of what you bring to the table. Let me explain. If you're trying to sign Darwin Nunez, you're trying to sign a guy like Nicholas Jackson at Chelsea. You're trying to sign chaos. You're trying to sign a guy that brings a little bit of chaos, a guy that brings a little bit of disruption, in the team. I don't think that's what Arsenal are looking for. I don't think that is. I don't think I've ever sat in this chair in front of this microphone and this camera, and I've said on this show, guys, we need chaos in this team. We need disruption. We need a guy that can create chaos. I don't think I've said that before, and if I said it, I am the biggest fool on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. You can name them. I don't think Arsenal are looking for chaos. So what is the profile of Darwin Nunez? Darwin Nunez is in number 9. Like I said, lightning speed. He's got that ability to deputize as a left winger, right winger as well. He's confident as a player, by the way, despite the fact that in the last few seasons, he's not had the numbers that we imagined he would have. I think he's also come under a little bit of unlucky criticism, and maybe unbonified criticism, because we see him as a direct competitor to Erling Haaland. No one said that he should come in and score 30 goals every single season. No one said, apart from Liverpool fans, no one said that he should come in and score 40 goals like Haaland. I think Darwin Nunez is a 20-goal machine. There's no question about that. If he gets the good service and he gets his confidence back in front of goal, he is a pure 20-goal machine. But at the moment, what can he offer? And what do Arsenal need? What Arsenal need right now is a striker that will get one chance in a dry game and bury that chance. I'm talking Ivan Toney. I am talking Lautaro Martinez. A little bit wasteful at times, but for Inter Milan, you know what I'm talking about. My people who watch the Italian Serie A. And of course, you can bet on the Italian Serie A with Kiwibet. I think we're looking for that guy that makes our deserts a little bit beautiful. Desert games, they are very dry. You do not have a million chances, and probably you have had one or two chances and they have gone begging, and then right at the death, right, instead of sharing points, right at the death, you get that one chance and you absolutely bury it, right? So that's not Kai Havertz. That is not Gabriel Jesus as well. That would be a player like Ivan Toney. And that wouldn't be Darwin Nunez too, right? Unless Mikel Arteta is willing to work on him, I don't think Darwin Nunez is that one chance, one striker goal. Then, let's talk about, of course, his chaos and disruption is not what we need. And we also don't think he's that clinical. In terms of his age in terms of wages, in terms of transfer fee, this might be a smart signing for Arsenal. However, it's a very risky one. If Arsenal can get Darwin Nunez for 50 million euros, it's a very difficult one to do because Liverpool, first and foremost, they don't have a reason to ship him up for 50 million euros. They got him at around, 85 million euros, 90 million euros. There is no reason, they are not under any pressure to get Darwin Nunez off their books for 50 million euros. But if Arsenal could get him for 50 million euros, give him like 2 weeks, not 2 weeks really, but give him something like 5 weeks of intense training, finishing, and working on his final touch. I think as a young striker, because Darwin is just 25, 26, right? This is a young striker, and we have seen that longevity in strikers, and Darwin Nunez already strikes me as one of those strikers that are going to play until 35, Ramadel Falcao-esque. So I can still say, all in all, Darwin Nunez wouldn't be the worst signing Arsenal have ever made, but it's a big risk. We could stay away from it. We have done it with Kai Havertz, and now we are fidgeting. The moment Arsenal sign a striker like this, the reason as to why Mikel Arteta is still protective of of us not signing a striker, the moment we sign a striker like this, and the guy comes in and hits a hat-trick, it's over for Kai Havertz, right? Because this Arsenal team, you ask me, Kosi, who do you see scoring a hat-trick? Martinelli, I used to, not really. Trossard, the number of times he plays, number of minutes he plays, I don't see him scoring a hat-trick. Kai Havertz, he could, but I really don't see it. So I think you just need that kind of guy that you're confident in. The way we are confident with Odegaard in midfield, the way we are confident with Saliba in defense, we need one player that we are confident can get the goals. So is Darwin Nunez the answer? I'm sorry, probably not. But we could have the solution right at the death of the window, and that is Ivan Toney. So as I reported yesterday, Ivan Toney is one of the players Arsenal are tracking in terms of a forward signing. Obviously, we were tracking him alongside Raheem Sterling, but Raheem Sterling looks like he's going to be going to Manchester United. I wish him luck. Manchester United fans, I wish you luck as well. We'll see you. Actually, you've got to check out my new podcast called For the Love of Football, where I'm going to be dissecting some of these, football issues that are not Arsenal. But the point I want to make when it comes to Ivan Toney, he's not young. So the idea of Arsenal signing players 24 and below doesn't work on him. But we have seen Mikel Merino come in at 28. We have seen Arsenal wanting Fabian Ruiz at 28. We have seen Arsenal signing David Raya at 27. So it means that there are some exceptions. Now, for me, when I look at Manchester United, when I look at Chelsea, when I look at clubs interested in Ivan Toney, I ask myself one question. Why not Arsenal? And I know maybe people have gone underground on some dark web internet word, and they have researched attitudes and behavioral attitudinal cues for Ivan Toney. I really do not care. I really don't care. What I want is a guy that is gonna come in, and he will he listen to the manager? We have proof of that he's listening to the manager at Brentford, Thomas Frank. He will listen to Mikel Arteta. He's excited about signing for Arsenal, and what we know is players that are willing to sign for Arsenal have always been very, very welcome. So I think Ivan Toney for me ticks boxes that Darwin Nunez doesn't tick. If I was to choose one of them right now, I would go with Ivan Toney. I think with Nunez, we are still riding on what is he gonna become. A bit of like Cody Gakpo. And I think Arsenal are really replacing Edin Nketiah. We are letting go of Edin Nketiah because he's more of a prospect at 25. What is he really going to become? With Ivan Toney, he's scored goals everywhere he has been. Premier League, 20 plus for Brentford. Championship, 30 plus for Brentford. And at every level that this guy has been on, he has actually scored goals. So if Arsenal need that guy that comes off the bench, if the Arsenal need that guy that, you know, maybe starts games, and you should rest assured we're going to have chances and he's going to turn them away, that is Ivan Toney. But also with Ivan Toney, I was talking to one of my Arsenal friends, and he was saying, with Gabriel Jesus, you're sure you have a good guy on the bench. And there's that bit of security, honestly, that Gabriel Jesus gives us, especially when when he's part of the squad that is out on a match day. It's not the same with Eddie Nketiah. It's not the same with Reiss Nelson. I mean, when Reiss Nelson comes on, I want to turn off my TV, but I can't. I think right now, Arsenal have two players that are not starters, and we can trust them to come on and change a game. That is Leo Trossard, and that is Mikel Merino as well. And we have not seen anything of Mikel Merino. He could turn out to be a Fabio Vieira signing. But my point is that Ivan Toney is that guy. He is that guy. If we can do it, he is that guy. Now, Fulham want Reiss Nelson. Let's see how that one develops. Southampton are talking to Arsenal for Ramsdale, but a deal is still very difficult. Arsenal is still saying we want an obligation to buy on top of that loan that you're asking for. However, Arsenal are looking to sign 2 goalkeepers before the window closes. This is a little bit weird. I want to share with you this one. So first and foremost, it was revealed by the Ghana blog that it looks like Arsenal want to sign 2 goalkeepers before Friday. Joan Garcia as the second choice goalkeeper to replace Aaron Ramsdale, and then Wigan Athletic goalkeeper Sam Tico would be our third choice goalkeeper if we sign him, and then Tommy Setford, who we signed earlier, would be starting for the under-21s. Again, crazy stuff. It is rush hour. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm just going to be, releasing the content. Make sure you have enough data because it is a few crazy hours to Friday.